Welcome to the next video of Section 6, Ammo and Hazards. In this video, we'll learn more about ammo and hazards. Level 2 is a hazardous place. It should feature not only pits and holes leading to kill zones, but also fixed dangers such as gun turrets that can shoot the player. This section focuses on their creation. To get started, let's make a gun turret. Now, the course companion files don't include a texture or image for the gun turrets, but when using the dark silhouette style as we are here, we can easily make a consistent turret prop from primitives. In particular, create a new cube object, game object, 3D object, cube, rescale it to approximate a gun turret, and then position it to the upper ledge in the scene where it will appear as part of the scenery. Note that you can also use the rect transform to resize primitives. Of course, the gun turret created so far is a conspicuous and obvious grey colour. To solve this, create a new black material. Right-click in the project panel and choose Create Material from the context menu. Assign the material a black colour from the Object Inspector in the Albedo field, and then drag and drop the material from the project panel to the turret object in the scene. Make sure that the smoothness field for the black material is reduced to 0 to prevent a shiny or glowing appearance. After the material is assigned, the turret will mix with the scene and its colour schemes will be much better. Now, the turret must fire ammo. To achieve this, it'll need an empty game object to spawn ammo. Let's create this now by choosing Game Object, Create Empty, and then drag and drop the object in the Hierarchy panel to the turret cube in order to make it a child of the turret. Then, position the empty object to the tip of the cannon. Once positioned, assign an icon representation to the empty to make it visible in the viewport. Ensure that the empty is selected, and from the inspector, click on the cube icon beside the object name to assign it a graphical representation. Before moving further with ammo spawning, we'll actually need some ammo to spawn. That is, the turret must fire something. And now it's time to create this something. The ammo should appear as a glowing and pulsating plasma ball. To build this, create a new particle system by choosing Game Object, Particle System from the application menu. Remember that a particle system is useful to create special effects such as rain, fire, dust, smoke, sparkles and more. When you create a new particle system from the main menu, a new object is created in the scene and is automatically selected. When selected, you can preview how the particle system works and looks in the scene viewport. By default, the system will be spawning small blob-like particles. Sometimes, on creating a particle system for a 2D game, the particles themselves may not be visible because they appear behind other 2D objects in the scene, such as the background and characters. You can control the depth order of the particle system from the Object Inspector. Scroll down in the Object Inspector and click on the Renderer Rollout title to expand more options, bringing them into view. From the Renderer group, set the Order in Layer field to a higher value above the order of the other objects to render the particles in front. Excellent. We should now see the particles in the viewport. Getting a particle system to look and behave correctly takes some tweaking and trial and error. It involves testing settings, previewing their effects in the viewport, making judgments about what is needed, and then tweaking and amending as needed. To start creating a more believable ammo object, I want particles to spawn slowly in multiple directions, and not just one direction. To achieve this, expand the Shape field from the Object Inspector to control the shape of the spawned surface. Change the shape from cone to sphere and set radius to 0.01. On doing this, particles will spawn and travel in all directions emitted from a sphere surface. Now adjust the main particle system properties to create the energy ball effect. From the Object Inspector, set Start Lifetime to 0.19, Start Speed to 0.88 and Start Size to 0.59. Then set Start Color to teal, light blue. Great! The particle system should now look just as we need it. However, if we press play on the toolbar, it doesn't move. Ammo should of course hurtle through the air and collide with its target. So let's make a mover script that should be attached to the object. The mover features nothing that we haven't seen before many times already. It moves an object, the ammo, in the direction of its forward vector. For this reason, as our game is two-dimensional, the particle system object may need to be rotated in order to turn the forward vector along the x-axis. Next, in addition to moving through the level, the ammo object must collide with and damage the player character on impact. To achieve this, several steps must be taken. First, a rigid body component must be attached to the ammo, allowing it to collide with other objects. To add rigid body, select the ammo object in the scene and from the application menu choose Component, Physics, Rigid Body 2D. Once added, enable the Is Kinematic checkbox from the rigid body component in the Object Inspector. This ensures that the object will travel based on the mover script and still interact with physical objects without being affected by gravity. Now for a circle collider to the ammo object to give the ammo some shape, form and size in terms of physics, allowing collisions to be detected between the ammo and its target. To do this, choose Component, Physics 2D Circle Collider from the application menu. Once added, mark the collider as Trigger and change radius until it approximates the size of the ammo object. The ammo should support two final and additional behaviours. First, the ammo should damage and perhaps destroy any target it collides with, and second, the ammo should destroy itself both after an elapsed time and if it collides with the target. To achieve this, two additional scripts will be created, specifically collide-destroy.cs and ammo.cs. This code lists the collide-destroy.cs file. The code spanning across these files is functionality that we encountered before when making the twin-stick space shooter. Both the files should be attached to the ammo object in the scene. Once completed, just drag and drop the ammo object from the scene viewport to the project panel in the prefabs folder. This makes an ammo prefab ready to add to any scene. Excellent work! You now have an ammo object that fires, moves and collides with the player. By setting the damage setting high enough, you'll be able to destroy the player on impact. Give this a test now by adding an ammo object to the scene and pressing the play icon. Of course, right now nothing in the scene actually fires the ammo. We'll explore that next. Great! We've now successfully created ammo and hazards. In the next video, we'll learn about gun turrets and ammo.